Hi guys, welcome back to my little space. Oh goodness, I just about lost things here. All right, let's see this. So my last video, I haven't even posted it yet, and I haven't taken any pictures of it, and I may not, but we did it on a black base. So this time we're gonna do a bloom transfer. I'm going to leave my base really thick this time because I think we may modify. So this is Walmart Black Onyx. My tar in a jar stuff is like, it's like molasses. That's about the best description. And we're going to keep working with chalk paints. So a lot of people probably wonder if chalk paint even works. Yes, it does. Chalk paint works. Okay, so this one is Castle. These are all really neutral colors. I think I mentioned in my last video that I am going to put some sort of vintage look to some of my jars, and eventually they're all going to come into my playroom. Okay, Deco Art White Satin Enamel. Just for some fun. So we're going to probably use these same colors because that's what I have mixed. So those are good colors. We'll add more blue. So this one is the buff color. It's called Milk Jug chalk paint with a little bit of golden phaylo turquoise in it. Then my favorite piggy, I tell you every time, this is Brule. And then we're going to top this again with this beautiful blue color. And then we're going to use black and I think white cell mix. So this is white cell mix. Everything's been sitting here in my room for quite a while all mixed up. So I really have to go through things and get back to normal. Black cell mix. And if we had a little torch, we're going to pop a few of these bubbles. I apologize for my poor lighting, guys. I am not a videographer person. I don't even like the video thing. I just like having fun, and if I can share as I go, it's great. But I got to admit, my video skills are poor. All right, here I go. The blowout with multiple pairs of glasses on my head. Way too much blue over there. Oh, I just put paint on my nose. So we probably won't use a lot of that section, but this section is super pretty. What are we going to put this on? Okay, we're going to just pop this down for now over here, and then we're going to flood this towel with maybe white. It was either white or pink. Pink crossed my mind. Okay, this is Beautitone Velvet right out of the can. I probably haven't mixed it for like a week, which isn't good. All right, let's help this out a tiny bit. So this is pretty thick too. This has all been sitting open for probably a week now. Not open, but unused. All right, my friends, let's do this. So obviously the blue is going to take right over. So if that's the case, let's use this. So we're just going to use this rusty old palette knife. I'm just going to let my paint slide down, and we're just going to gently kind of let it roll off the palette knife. I'm not liking the blue. I like the color, but I don't like the way it's gobbling everything up. And then we're going to take this section. Same thing. This time I'm going to try to put some folds into it. and bring some of that black up. So my go-to is to take some of that out. That's kind of what my instincts are telling me, is to get rid of some of that. But we're going to spin it first because we're going to lose a lot of it. All right, let's give it a little spin. So because I said that we're going to modify, I'm pretty happy with the contrasting lines, like the sort of darker, bolder colors on the white will make really, really nice modifying lines. I said I wasn't modifying anymore, but it gets asked quite frequently. Okay, another spin. Okay, I think we probably have enough paint off of this that we can start. I'm going to get rid of some of this. It's very distracting. All right, my friends, let's do this. So my modifying tool is just a little bamboo kebab stick from the dollar store. And I'm actually going to start by breaking some of this up and just giving us some more white lines to work with. So I'm just going to come through in a really wide angle, pulling in that paint from underneath. Just like that. See, that was my big fat finger there. All right, let's do this, guys. So we're going to pick a line, any line. I'm going to start, I might even start right here where I just stuck my finger in there. All right, let's do that. Oh, let's spin it one more time. All right, let's pick a line. So I'm going to start right here. So we're just going to come through this with our kebab stick, wiping off each time so that we don't drag the dark color through the light and vice versa. And we're just going to make the same little lines that we always make. So I think, other than 20 minutes ago, the last time I painted was right before my granddaughter's birthday, which was a huge hit. It was super fun. The weather had been really, really hot right up until the day of the birthday, and then it cooled off considerably, which was really nice because the only one in the family that really, really is a sun worshiper is me, and everybody else hides underneath my lilac bush. So that way the family all got to kind of get out in the yard and talk. Grandbaby was super, super funny. It didn't take her long to figure out it was her birthday and she was getting presents. So my stepdaughter bought her a bubble blowing machine, which was so much fun. This thing is battery operated and it just blows thousands and thousands of bubbles all over the yard. So the kids just had a wonderful time. And we had barbecued hot dogs, which sounds stupid, but I haven't barbecued a hot dog for a long time, and it was like the best hot dog I've ever had in my life. Super yummy. My daughter made 2 really nice macaroni salads. Yeah, it was good. Good time. Okay, I'm going to actually break this section up here too. Just like that. And I'm going to get a clean stick. And I'm going to take my gloves off because I'm kind of like Calamity Jane with gloves on. All right, so this stick is a little bit thinner. This is just a manicure implement. You can use a toothpick, a kebab stick, a skewer, whatever you want, just anything. You can use a ballpoint pen. It's really up to you. So obviously the finer the tip, the finer the line. So if you really want fine detailed lines, use a fine tool. Those little dental picks work really, really well. And that's it. We're just going to keep making lines in this. I want to do something in here. I just don't know what yet. So every line you make, this is my little spiel, every line you make changes your composition. So if you're not happy with something, put a line through it. Just don't even hesitate to just really play in your paint and just be as creative. This is just a really simple modified piece. You can get really, really detailed and create some really pretty things just by doodling in your painting. So I'm going to break this up too. I'm going to put another white line. Kind of through there. And I'm going to come in here again as well. So wide angle, drawing some of that white or base, whatever color you have as a base, that will draw that back up through. There is a good example of not wiping my stick off. So we're just going to erase that and pretend it wasn't even there. Making lots of lines that I don't want tonight, you guys. All right, let's do some little lines. So same thing, you're just going to take your kebab stick and just gently make a little line. So this is a really gentle movement. You're just pulling that white from underneath over top of those colors. You can push down hard, but you don't need to. And if you push too hard, then sometimes you disrupt the colored acrylic, and that's kind of not the goal. Put a couple in here. Whole bunch in here just for fun. So this is where you can see you can start getting incredibly detailed. If you wanted to put a little bit of time into it, you can add some really, really pretty embellishments that just do wonders to your piece. I'm not going to spend that much time tonight fiddling around with this piece. I say that now, but and I get ferreting around doing stuff, and the next thing you know, I have done exactly what I said I wasn't going to do. So it's really hard to see the cells in this, but there definitely is cells in here. This whole blue section is all cells underneath, and it's all the brulee coming through the blue. It would be nice if I had more defined cells, but I don't. So we're just going to have to run with it as is. All right, let's make some little curly cues. If I can find my cleanest dirty kebab stick. So this little one, you guys, we do this every time. These are from Amazon. These are stainless steel cocktail skewers. They are really nice for making these little curly cues. This one has plaster on the end of it, so we'll start by wiping that off. And we're going to do the same thing that we always do, guys. We're just going to gently put it down in the between the contrast between the black and the white on this one, and swirl. As you're swirling, you're going to gently pull up your skewer, and that will just help keep it nice and tight. Any colors with mica powders, piggies, that kind of stuff, don't always hold their shape tight to begin with, and you'll have to come back in like 20 minutes and just give them all another half a twist. You can go in any direction you want as long as your consistency of your paint is correct, which I keep mine a little bit thicker because of this very reason. Then I can twist things, bend it, push it, pull it, tweak it, and it holds its shape. So that is one reason why I keep my paints a little bit thicker than most blooms, because if I'm going to modify, I have to have that consistency. But like I said, all of these colors, with the exception of the piggy, are chalk paints. So they all hold their shape equally as effectively as acrylic. I don't have the cells, partially because I stretched them all out, but you can get cells in your chalk paint as well. Let's put a couple up here. You can twist in either direction, any direction you like. I always twist to the right. Twist to the right, you guys. I don't know why. I just do. It's my dominant side. You can put them in your piece. Doesn't have to be on an edge. It can be anywhere you want. All right, so let's make some little pinched lines. So this end of the kebab stick is like a popsicle stick. It says it's got a rounded paddle end. And I've used it quite a bit to just basically pop it down in between two contrasting lines, like this little corner here, and just pinch them together. And it just creates kind of a little chain-like effect. We'll do one in here. You can use it to pull it together. You can use it to create little points. You can do the same thing that we did with the skewer with the points, only if you want your points to go to the back, so you're going to push it down and then you're going to pull it in the direction you want your point to go. So we did this one to the back. You can pull it forward if you like. We're not going to, but if you want to make a point, you can pull it forward. And again, it's just a super, super gentle move. Look at the paint on my arm. Super, super gentle move. Nothing looks like much until after, when you're finished, and it's the entire piece that you kind of take in and look around, and there's all these little details that, you know, draw your eye. It's like, oh, look at that. Oh yeah, look at that. Hopefully. Okay, we're just going to make a whole bunch more of these and pinch all these little ones in and make this little chain. So if you have a section like this where your stick doesn't reach either side, either get a bigger stick, like a popsicle stick, or you can just roll it back and forth until it reaches. So let's find a different area. So let's pinch something in here. So we're going to go between here and that. So it won't fit. So we're just going to roll it and lift it. And then you brought your white in. And always wipe it off, because when you do your next one, if you don't, you're going to have a nasty black mark. So if nasty black marks aren't where you're going, don't forget to wipe it off. So this is a good example. So we'd cut white on either side, roll it back, and pinch it up. Pop it down, roll it back and forth. So you're just really rolling it until your stick hits either side of that white. I just stuck my finger in there. All right, so now to fix a boo-boo, we're just going to pretend the boo-boo isn't there. So let's just come back in on a wide angle. Right like that. And this gives you another line to play with. If you want to keep playing with lines, you can add to it. No one ever has to know that you have fat fingers. Okay, let's go back to what we were doing here. It's probably enough there as far as that goes. So I took my granddaughter. My granddaughter got a balance bike last year for her birthday, and of course she's too little to use it. And my daughter and I both said that she needs to have a proper helmet before she goes on this balance bike. Which for you and I who don't know what a balance bike is, it's nothing more than a prelude to a normal bike, only it doesn't have any wheels. So instead of sort of doing things in increments from tricycles, they have these balance bikes where the kids can just push them and pull their feet up, and it teaches them balance. And then the next step is pedaling. And she's really wanted to be on this balance bike for the better part of a year. So I said to my daughter, I'll buy her a helmet for her birthday, and then we can start doing some bike work. So I took it the other day. I called to find out, like, what do we have to do for a helmet? And the really nice man at the store just said, oh, she just has to be able to shake her head no so that he can test the tightness of the helmet. And I said, well, that won't be an issue, because right now we're in a no mode, and everything you ask the child, it's no. Even if she wants it, she still says no. So I take her there and we pop her on the counter, and of course she sits like a stone statue. Will not engage with the man, will not shake her head yes or no, will not even make eye contact with this poor guy. So he finally did it the old-fashioned way and said, as long as it's 2 fingers in between, it should be fine. So that's what we went with. So she wore her new bike helmet home in the car, very proud of herself. I got the bike out, and she won't go on the bike with the helmet. She just flat out refused to go on her bike. So now I have a new blue helmet and a cool pink bike, and a child that isn't interested right now in going on it. Okay guys, all I'm doing is just farting around while I'm talking, and I said I wasn't going to get lost in this piece, but I'm falling down the rabbit hole as per norm. But it was a good little example of just how cool you can make things with just simple little implements. Popsicle sticks, toothpicks, dental picks, one of my favorites. And every little line just adds something. All right, I'm going to love you and leave you here. We're not going to do anything else to this piece. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. So we're going to just break this up a little bit with a few little lines. just to soften that look. All right, you guys, I am seriously going to love you and leave you here now because I have black paint on my pink t-shirt and I really need to get it wiped off. So I am going to roll back on my bench. I'm going to put you guys on hold. Oh my God. I know you guys have been here before when I almost face planted in the table. That was going to be another chance. Hang on, guys. Okay, here we are from above. I'm going to flip off the light. All right, that looks better. It's probably way too dark. So now you can see all these cool, funky little embellishments and my light above. Yeah, just simple little movements, guys. You guys can all do this. Consistency of your paint is the #1 thing, because if it's not thick enough and chunky enough, it will not hold shape. So keep your paints a little on the thicker if you're going to modify. All right, my friends, poor happy, stay safe. Thank you hanging with me in the kitchen, listening to my stories. You guys are awesome. Bye, guys.